right. You guys hear me in the back? Dad said that they weren't going to hear me, and I said, Dad, you've driven one too many tractors. All right, so I want to send a thanks out there, of course, to everybody gathered here today. You've supported me and my class and I, for a long time. And here you are again, supporting us as you always have, and really thank you for that. I want to thank all the school board members here today, the school executives, and the teachers. You guys have made a life out of helping us to get to this point and giving us those lessons that will carry on into the future. All right, you've heard enough of his name, making all kinds of money today, but I want to give a shout out to Peter Williams. He's been a great friend of mine for a long time, all through my schooling years. He came 2/1000ths of a GPA point away from giving a speech himself for Valedictorian, and he really deserves another round of applause. Would you please join with me? All right, so I'm going to start off this little speech here with some words from Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll. Go Hawks. All right, it's called Always Compete. As you progress through your life, always compete. If you want to go for it, always compete. You're going to have to make choices in life, and these choices need to be conscious decisions. There's only one person in control here, and that person is you. You hold all the cards. You are the master of you. It's time to admit it. You've always known this. So if you're ready, act on it. Always compete. Don't you dare try to be too cool. Don't you dare be afraid of life. Just dare to be great and let it rip. Always be humble. Always be kind. Always be respectful. Always compete. Everything you do counts and screams who you are. There is no hiding from you. Act as if the whole world will know who you are. Always compete. Be true to yourself and let nothing hold you back. Compete to be the greatest you, and that will always be enough. That will be a lifetime. Always compete. These words by Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll are the life mantra for a passionate, fiery coach who competes continually with his own best self. And each of us, whether we're in the audience here today or behind me, you need to do the same. Competition with oneself to achieve their potential drives this country, and this generation will be no different. As we look to the past, we notice that some of our greatest generations, leaders and producers, have risen from turmoil and uncertainty by competing and striving to be the best they could be. The bitter and fearful years of the American Revolution, the Civil War, the Great Depression, and World War II gave us tough and driven generations that still inspire us today. This country is one of unlimited opportunity. A place where a boy named Abe, born in a log cabin, not Tenasky, could grow to guide our country through Civil War. A country that would allow young men like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs to leave their garage workshops and revolutionize the entire world with computers. The United States of America defends its homeland and allies across the world with a volunteer army of young men and women competing within themselves to be ready for any order, even if it should be to give the ultimate sacrifice. Looking at our community here in Tenasky, responsibility, hard work, and respectful competition has shaped each of us from a young age. This class has seen a lot growing up, you know. We're pretty tight-knit. We got to this point all together, had a million experiences together. And we've only done that because we live in a smaller school, and we spend a lot of time together. Competition started off with trying to be line leader in kindergarten, or running a race to see who got those markers that some genius decided to make smell like fruit, so that all those little kids smelled markers for half the coloring period. And as time went on, competitions changed along with our interests. With middle school sports, we had an opportunity to have some real competition, and even to win a little bit. Going undefeated in football in 8th grade was one of my best memories. And of course, the opposite sex was starting to become far more interesting than years before, and thus we began the lifelong competition for that person that caught our eye. High school comes along and days are filled with dashes to get a parking spot that's actually within sight of the school, or dashes down to get some lunch at the junction or the taco wagon. If you have enough gas to get there, you can go to House IGA. You're really feeling fancy that day. These instances and many more have shaped us to who we are today. And now we step out into that real world that our parents tell us about so frequently, and it's our turn to test ourselves once again. We don't know what challenges face us around the corner, but if we dare to be great and stay true to ourselves, we will be that generation that poor valedictorians of the future will get to talk about. So what do you say, class of 2011? Let's go out and show that real world what we got. Thank you.